So, was anyone else laughing their ass off when you saw Dotachin and the rival gang dude fighting each other, beating the crap out of each other, and as soon as the fight is done, they're laying back and he's like, did I black out? And then Dotachin's sitting on a chair, he's like, I don't know, you gave me quite a hell of a beating. You know, their faces were just so swollen and disfigured compared to how they normally are. It was just... oh my god, it was comical. It was really comical seeing their faces in the middle of that fight and after the fight. And especially once they were done fighting, they kind of start working together. I'm like, yo, I just like, it's funny. It's very funny because just two guys going all at it, beating the shit out of each other, punching each other's faces in. I mean, you saw in the middle of this episode, or majority of this episode, they were slamming each other, slinging each other against the building wall. I mean, they were just beating the living tar out of each other. And then all of a sudden, when all said is done, they're like, oh, our problems are gone. Let's just, let's back off. And then they start working together, beating the crap out of these rogue dollars that, are the guys or the little gang dudes that were from the first season. You remember at the beginning when these people were, taking women for hostages and stuff like that? Well, those people have joined the dollars, as we could see in this episode, and they got what was coming to them. They got the shit knocked out of them. But it was so funny because this episode, just the way they slid in some of these comedy elements along with, these serious moments, especially seeing Dotachin and all that. Like, that little kid dude that was with, the hostage situation, and he was part of the dollars, he's walking up trying to escape, he's, like, trying to skedaddle out of there, and all of a sudden you see Dotachin's like, hey, boom, punches him right in the face, dude, and this kid just flies back, he's like, and he's gone, he's out. And to see that, I was like, yo, the no chill, man, just no chill, and he just got wrecked hard. So, yeah, I have to say, this was a very funny episode, because some of the scenes I was just laughing, because they got wrecked hard. Now, this episode of Durarara, Henri's secret is discovered by Oba at the end of the episode. Oba has discovered that Henri might not be all as human as he thought she was, because it seems like Saika has been discovered. So I wonder what Oba is going to do since now he has found out about, Henri and Saika, because we already know he has some form of interest in the Black Rider, Celti, and to see how now he knows about Henri Senpai, I wonder what he's going to do next. Now, moving past that point, one thing I want to say is, I wonder what type of development is really going to take place in this season, or at the very least for Mikoto, because our main character, he is just getting his shit knocked in this episode, actually. He just got destroyed. He walks up, tries to stop this hostage situation, and, those dudes that were taking hostages, they just beat the crap out of him, left him there laying on the ground. He's all beat up, and it makes you see, like, some of the errors in the dollars, because even if you're the founder or the leader that founded the entire organization, you can't really stop a hostage situation, because you're not higher than they are, even though you're the founder. And so to see that, it just goes to show you some of the problems, and probably what Mikoto as a character is probably going through, what he's trying to think of what he can do to solve this situation for the near future. But I have to say, it was fun and enjoyable. One thing though, it seems like the Mafia is starting to figure out who is messing with the cards or the main things when it comes to this current events in the town. Because you have it to where they're starting to key in on the truth behind what Izaya is doing. So Izaya is probably going to be hunted down by the Mafia very soon. I can see that happening before Season 2 ends, before this season ends. Most likely Izaya is going to be hunted down by the Mafia because he was, saying, oh, you need to kill Shizuo and all that. So yeah, they're probably going to hunt him down. I think that's pretty much it when it comes to this episode. I mean, Shizuo at the end, he's carrying a fucking motorcycle, though. I'm like, whoa! So, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what's going on there in the next week's episode. So, tell me your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about this week's episode of Durarara? How did you feel about Dotachin kicking the shit out of, everybody else, beating the shit out of that little guy, just running up and, like, boom, right in the face? Let me know your thoughts. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.